Hey, it's Heather, your Teen Services Librarian. For the teen book chat today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a book called They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. And this book is written in graphic novel format, so it's told kind of through comic strips. And there's comic bubbles, but there's also some present narration from the author, George Takei. And in case you don't know who George Takei is, this is him right here. He is an activist and actor. You might know him for his role in Star Trek. So this is a really popular book right now because he is pretty widely known. So this is basically a memoir that tells the story of George Takei and his family as they experienced the Japanese internment camps during World War II. And it's basically told in little snippets of his memory as a child because he was only 4 years old at the time. And then the present day, George Takei kind of inserts little bits of narration throughout to kind of explain what was actually happening and give some facts for what was going on at this time. So basically during World War II, President Roosevelt made a mandate that anyone of Japanese descent had to be sent to relocation centers during the war. And these were called internment camps. And internment just basically means, in case you don't know, that someone is confined as a prisoner usually for political or military reasons. And so he and his family were sent to this camp, and the story basically starts out where he is woken up from sleep. He's only 4, and his parents are saying, we have to pack our bags, get ready to go. There are soldiers at the door, they have guns, and they're getting ready to leave for one of these camps. They leave everything behind, they just carry a few bags with them, and you know, he and his sibling are definitely, you can tell by the pictures, they're a little bit afraid and uncertain, and his parents definitely are as well. What I think is interesting about this story is that because it's told through a child's eyes, you really get a different kind of perspective for what was going on. So, of course, this was a really terrible thing that happened and a difficult time, but through the eyes of a child, you kind of see it in a different way because he doesn't know what's happening, he and some of the other kids. So even though the adults may be afraid and uncertain, sometimes the kids are actually laughing and playing and just thinking of it as an adventure. And they do experience a lot of, you know, difficult, terrible things. But then there's also kind of some joy and hope sprinkled throughout while the families in this story kind of come together and make the most of their confinement despite what's happening to them. I also just really, really loved the illustrations. I feel like the illustrator did such a great job at conveying the emotion that everyone was feeling, and especially kind of the, you know, the mixed emotions that people were feeling through the illustrations. And so you really get a lot out of it because it's in the graphic novel format, and it also makes it such a quick read. So I highly recommend this book. It's They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. It is available, of course, at our library, but also through the New York Public Library on Overdrive. So I'll see you guys next time.